Welcome to Author Skill Set Wednesday with a delightful quote by Madeleine L'Engle. You have to write the book that wants to be written. And if the book will be too difficult for grown-ups, then you write it for children. There's the thought. This is going to be fun to explore this one. Hi there, my name is Christopher D'Armani. It is my pleasure, it is my passion to empower aspiring Christian nonfiction writers to write their story, their trauma to triumph journey, if you will, using a complete, detailed roadmap for writing success so they can make the impact they know they were born to make in this world. And if that describes you, welcome. You're in absolutely the right place today. You have an idea for your book. I want to explore this a little bit. You have an idea for your book, and you may even have written an outline for it. You may even have an outline written. And you think you're clear about who this book is supposed to help, and how it will help them, and why it's so important. You may have all of that. But sometimes God has other plans, doesn't he? Sometimes he does. Matthew 18:3 states, "Assuredly I say to you, unless you are converted and become as little children, you will by no means enter the kingdom of heaven." So what does that mean in relation to writing? Specifically, writing your book. This verse underscores the reality that childlike faith and simplicity allow you to perceive divine truths and then to be able to reflect those back outward to your reader. Simplicity of messaging, simplicity of the pathway. We're always searching for the clearer, straighter path when we're trying to share our experience, our strength, and our hope with someone else to help them make a change in their life. Now, these truths and the book you're compelled to write may find its audience in those who possess that childlike openness. So remain faithful to your message. Adapt the language for your specific audience. So maybe you're writing a book for adults who've been through some kind of trauma and you want to help them get through that. If that's true, fantastic. But maybe you need to completely switch it up and write on the same subject, but do it in a very different way, so that the children who are currently in whatever the horrible situation is that you're writing the book to help solve, so that they can understand that they are not alone and that there is a way out. So your book may have a variety of applications that maybe you didn't think of at first glance. And if you're finding it difficult writing a book for adults, perhaps that's because maybe this specific book needs to be written for someone else. It's a thought. It's something to think about. But regardless of who you're writing for, no matter what age, so children, teenagers, young adults, middle-aged, older folks, whoever your intended audience is, your focus ought to be, I'll use that word should, your book must focus on making your tools available to them and as clearly, as concisely, and as accessibly as possible. Use every writing tool at your disposal, including anthologies, stories, examples from your own life, so that you can clarify every single subject, every single idea that you need to get across so they can make that change in their life. It really all boils down to knowing your audience. Who am I writing this book for, and why am I choosing this specific audience? And then write in the language that's going to reach their hearts. Write openly, vulnerably. That can be scary. I get it. Been there, done that. And even if I was terrified the entire time, I did it anyway because I knew. Here's the thing I knew. I knew that was the only way that I would be able to connect with someone else's heart in the way I needed to in order to inspire them to make the change that they already want to make in their life. I'm just giving them the impetus, the inspiration, the motivation, the encouragement that yes, you can do this. And someone's done it before you and has found a pathway through. So it is possible. And because it's possible for you. Your book may dictate the nature it needs to be, but you get to control its presentation. You're completely in charge of that. Your language and tone should be the things that resonate deeply, deeply with your audience. And if you would like to learn more about how to get yourself into that place where you can write from that place of open vulnerability. That's one of the things I'm going to dive deeply into at Christian Writer Unstuck, starting on October 19th. I'm going to be sharing the entire pathway, the entire system that I use to write and publish 50 books, excuse me, and that I've used with other authors to help them write and publish their books as well. And because it's possible for me, because it's possible for them, it means it's possible for you as well. Even if you don't truly believe that today. If you're here watching this, it's because you know what you're doing right now isn't working. So maybe today is the day you need to make a different decision and follow that different, follow that different decision with a different type of action. Maybe I need to step out of my comfort zone and try something that scares me and yet makes me excited and thrilled at the possibility as well. Because one of the things I love doing at this event is to kick open those doors of possibility for you. To make you understand deep in your heart that not only is this possible, it's possible for you. Because until you believe that, probably not a lot's going to change. So if you're struggling with that, then come join me on October 19th, where I would love to blast open those doors of possibilities so that you understand deep in your heart, not only is this possible, but it is possible for you. And whether you decide to join me there on October 19th